Sarah, ma'am.
Silence. Divya,
Yes, ma'am.
why you're irregular, beta? Hmm? Okay, so yesterday we were discussing about costing, the concept cost, and the classification of cost, and the graphical representation of cost. We have seen fixed cost, variable cost, then average cost, and also the graphical representation have seen average fixed cost, average variable cost. And today, what is the topic? Yesterday, what was the last point?
Ma'am, average cost.
Uh,
Average fixed cost.
Average fixed cost we have discussed, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you draw the graph also?
No, ma'am.
I have shown the graph, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So today we will do average variable cost, right? Average variable cost. Average variable cost. What is average variable cost? Total variable cost upon hmm, total variable cost upon number of output. That is average variable cost. Total variable cost upon number of output, you will get average variable cost. Okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Average variable cost is equal to total variable cost upon, yeah, you complete the sentence.
Number
Quantity.
of
Upon
output.
number of output or quantity, that is average variable cost. So this is the shape of average. Can you see my board?
Yes, ma'am.
This is, see where I
Yes.
am showing, this is the shape of average variable cost. This is the shape of the graph of average variable cost. What is the shape called? What is this shape called?
Rectangular hyperbola.
Exactly. This is a rectangular hyperbola. The area, so you can form a rectangle and the area of each rectangle will be same. That's what. So you just understand the shape is rectangular hyperbola. Okay. And this is what we have seen yesterday. What is average fixed cost? Average fixed cost is total fixed cost upon output. And this is the shape. Draw the shape, draw the graph roughly in your note. Okay, so now we will move to average variable cost. What is average variable cost? It is written here. Average variable cost is, yeah, average variable cost is total variable cost upon output. Average variable cost is total variable cost upon the number of outputs. Number of outputs. That is average variable cost. And you have a like schedule also with you in the total variable cost, And next to that, you just find out the average variable cost also. You have already seen a schedule which shows the average variable, total variable cost. In that, means make another column and divide every total variable cost by the output. There you will get average variable cost. Okay, and see the shape. The shape is like this. It's the actually almost U shape. The shape of average variable cost is this. And draw that also. It's like this. And here the output. Here the output, and here what you, as you are doing the variable cost, average variable cost, write variable cost. Draw that shape also. Okay, so here you see average variable cost start falling in the beginning. The variable cost starts falling in the beginning, then it becomes constant, and the variable cost is getting more and more. And you know why the cost is falling in the beginning? Because the cost is less because of the optimum utilization of the fixed cost. And at a point, it becomes constant. And that optimum level is gone, that particular optimum level is finished, then the cost, variable cost will be rising. Because here you are not getting the advantage of the fixed factors. Here you are maximum taking the advantage of the fixed factors, so your variable cost will be less. There will be less burden on the variable cost. So the cost variable factors, I have to say, there will be less burden on the variable factors, so the variable factor will come down and it become constant. And after this point, the optimum level, we won't get that optimal level or optimum utilization of fixed factors. Then again, there will be an increase in the average variable cost. That is why it is U-shaped. Okay. So you can say in a particular, write it. Right, the shape is the shape of average variable cost is shape of what? Average variable cost curve. You write ABC curve. ABC curve. The shape of ABC curve is U-shaped. It is U-shaped. That is, initially it decreases. That is because, right? That is because initially it decreases. You can see the initial stage, you can see at this stage decreases. Look at the board. At this stage it decreases, then become constant, then increases. Okay, initially it decreases, then become constant, then it increases, then it will increase. Then it will increase. Okay, that's the reason for the U shape. And it is U shape, and this is the reason once it's fall down, then become constant, then increase. So definitely it will be U shaped. That's why it is U shaped. And if you remember, we have studied this cost effect in law of variable proportion also. The same. We studied in law of variable proportion because as fixed factors are used in a very effective manner in the initial stage, it decreases, then it becomes constant, and eventually or the last finally it will increase. So that you have seen in the law of proportion also. Also here also the phases of law of variation you may remember it. We have seen three phases of law of proportion. Here also there are three phases given. In the first phase, what happened? The cost is decreasing. And you know why the cost is decreasing. The reason for the decrease in the cost, it is just because the efficient utilization of fixed factors. Initially, when there is zero production and one unit production and 0 unit production at all, fixed factors are remaining idle. It is not at all used properly. Most of the fixed factors are lying idle when the production is less. And when as we go on increasing the production, we are utilizing the fixed factors in an effective manner. So more load we are not giving on the variable factors. The variable cost will decrease. That's why it is decreasing in the first stage. Then a stage will come, it become constant. because it's a proper combination of the fixed factors and the variable factors, because now enough product are being produced, so it become constant. Afterwards, that advantage we won't get. So initially, some of the fixed factors were ideal. Then we used the fixed factors in a very effective manner. Afterwards, what happened? There will be more load on the fixed factors. So we are not in the effective stage. So there will be more load on the fixed factors also. So that will eventually increase the variable cost. We have to add the variable cost or the cost on the variable factors. That is why it is increasing. That's why these three phases you also have seen in the law of variable proportion. So here also, what is the reason for the shape? The reason for the shape is technically you can say because the law of variable proportion is applicable here. So this is the graphical representation of the average variable cost. Average variable cost is nothing but it's the total variable cost upon the total output. That is the number of output. That is average variable cost. So this much only you want to know about this average variable cost. You can make the schedule because you already have a schedule with you, number of outputs and a variable cost schedule with you. Along with that, in the right side, make another column. Each variable cost upon the number of output, like a 0 divided by 1 you made, you will get the average variable cost. And according to that data, you make this. So you will get a U-shaped curve. So ABC curve, that is U-shaped. I think the concept is clear to you. So this is average variable cost curve. Okay? Is the concept clear to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so can we proceed? Hmm?
Yes, ma'am.
Next
Yes,
is
ma'am.
average total cost. So what are the type of costs you have seen? What are the type of costs you have seen? Tell me what are the types of costs you have seen. First of all, you have seen fixed cost, then variable cost, then total cost. Fixed cost, variable cost, and total cost. Isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then afterwards, what did you see? After that, average fixed cost, average variable cost, and average fixed
Total
cost. Yeah, now we have the
Average
average, what? Average
total
total.
cost.
total
We
cost.
don't say average total. Average and total, these two words we don't use together. Either average or total. So we will say total cost. What we will say? Total cost. So let me check. Give me a minute. Can you see this? Can you see a schedule of average cost?
Yes, ma'am.
See, this is the average cost schedule. So this is like the total cost is the total of fixed cost and variable cost. GC is equal to FC plus VC, that you know. So what will be GC? Average average cost, or that is average total cost or average cost. The summation of average fixed
Average
cost and
total cost
average
and
variable.
average variable cost.
Yeah. So make this particular table. You draw it very fast in your notebook. It is just like the previous thing still 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 output and the AFC, that is average fixed cost, then the average variable cost, then the average total cost. But we don't mention average total cost is strong to say. That's why we have written average cost. Average cost, that is AFC plus ABC, that is average cost. This is the average cost. Make it because you can be asked to make an imaginary schedule of average cost. Over? Hmm? Is it over?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now you see the graphical representation of the total cost curve. Sorry, the average cost curve. The graphical representation is again here also U-shaped, but it has little shift. It has shifted little upward. Why it has shifted little upward? You know this is the variable cost. This is the variable cost, and fixed cost is being added to it. Okay, so that is why it is being shifted, and this is also of U-shaped. This is also U-shaped. Here also the law of variable proportion is applicable because it's a summation of variable cost and fixed cost. Fixed cost in a way remained the same, not in a way, it remained the same. Okay, fixed cost remained the same. And variable cost, there is law of variable proportion applicable. And here also the law of variable proportion applicable. First is come down, then become constant, then it raise upwards. Because the two components, in the two components, variable cost is the most leading factor. That is what is changing. And fixed cost is almost constant. In variable, average also it is constant, almost constant. The effect is constant. The same shape it will take, only thing it will be shifted upward. And in the previous case, it was like it was here. Here our U shape was given, and it has little shifted out, upward because of the addition of the fixed factors. So here also the shape is U, and the law of variable proportion here also apply. And here also the three stages for decreases, then constant, and increasing. Okay, so write it. AC curve is also U-shaped. AC curve is also U-shaped. It means, so you can be asked a question, comment upon the shape of anyone on this. Comment on the shape of AC curve or AFC curve or AVC curve. What is the shape of it? Comment on it. What's the reason of this shape and all? So for any shape you have the reason. For any shape you have the reason. What is the reason of this rectangular hyperbola shape? What is the reason? Because the amount being constant, the fixed factor remain constant, and the output is being increased. It come down rapidly. It come down as the output is increasing. The average fixed cost come down. That's the reason it is downward sloping. It will not happen. It's going up. There are no three different stages and all. Fixed cost is constant amount, and when we divide it with the number of output, it come down. That's why it's a downward sloping line in the case of the first curve, that is average fixed cost curve. Then you have seen TVC curve U-shape. You know the reason, law of variable proportion and three different phases. First decreases, then constant, then increases. And in this case also the three phases and law of variable proportion apply. Decreases, constant, and increases. Okay, so here also you write. What did you write? It is U-shape. That because first decreases, then constant, then increases. Three phases. That's the you can point it. You see, you can see A, B, and all. Till this stage, it falls down. Then from here to here, it becoming constant, and from here to here, it is increasing. So like that, you can make points here. Till B, it is falling down. From B to you just give one name here. B to C, or at a particular point, this much you just give is constant, and from C to D, it is increasing just like that. So that's all about AC curve. Now you just sum up. What are the average cost we have seen? AC, AVC, and AFC. AC, AVC, and AFC. Let me come back to Jamboard. Can you see my Jamboard now? Can you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here you have seen, now you have seen many terms like average cost, average fixed cost. You can see what I'm writing.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Average variable cost. These are the three things you have seen. You just remember, you just, first of all, you hear the output is there. And here, what is there? You can write all the things, variable cost, because all the units are given, fixed cost, or total cost, whatever in rupees cost we will write here. Okay, and in the first case, your TFC line, it was like this. Is it? Okay, my this I have when I have drawn this as not that uniform. Still, the shape is like this. The shape of average fixed cost curve is like this. Agree? Was this the shape of average fixed cost curve?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you just remember what was the shape of average fixed average variable cost curve. It was like this. ABC curve, average variable cost curve. And afterwards we have studied what average cost, that's the average total cost curve. So it's a figure. Okay, let me erase something for some. Let me start from here. So this total cost, that is average cost, will be a U-shaped curve, which is the summation of these two. Which is a summation of these two. It will be here. So when we draw all the three things together, it will come like this. Okay. So here, this is your average fixed cost curve, AFC, and this is your average variable cost curve, and it will come little towards this, okay, like this. And your average cost curve is like this, average. This is like this. So this when you, present all the three curves in a particular graph, it will come like this. So there are some important observations, something you can observe from AC, AVC, and AFC. You just go through the graph because I haven't saved in this my board. That's why I have just drawn it. You just observe the shape and then what you can observe. This AC curve always lie above AVC and FC, isn't it? Which is the one which is lie at the top? AC curve. The curve, AC curve which lie always at the top. What is the reason? Because that is the summation of AVC and FC. Average variable cost and average fixed cost, दोनों का summation है average cost. That is total cost का average. That's why it is lying at the top. हमेशा that will be lying at the top position. Lie above both. Lie above both. What are the both? AFC curve and ABC curve. Is that point clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then the next point, ABC reaches its minimum point at a level of output lower than that of AC because when ABC is its maximum point, AC is still falling because falling AFC. Okay, leave it. Then, as the output increases, the gap between AC and AVC curve decreases. As the output increases, graph में देखें, understanding. As the output increases, what happens? The gap between AC and ABC curve decreases. AC and ABC curve, the gap will decreases as the output is increasing. That means when the output increases, average cost will become less. Output जब increase होगा, average cost क्यों decrease होगा? Because average cost is equal to the amount upon number of units. जितना number of units denominator में ज़्यादा आएगा, cost कम होगा. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. When the number of units is cost is 200 and there is only 10 units, then each per unit cost is 20. But when this 200 again it is divided by 15 unit, it become less. The average cost become less. That's why as this go up, the difference between this is more at the beginning, but this will come down. This will come down because when the more units are there, the cost will be coming down. So the gap between AC and AVC, average cost and average variable cost, beginning it will be more and towards the end it will be less because as more number of products, more units are produced, the cost per production or average cost will be less. That's the reason. Okay, so what are the 2 points we have discussed, right? Write it. You can draw this also. I will send it. I will send this particular image to you in the class group. Then you will get a more clear image. Okay, then you have to draw it also. This is the graph showing AC, ABC, and AFC together. Then you write some important observation. Number one, AC curve will always lie at the top because it is a summation of AFC and ABC. Then, as the output increases, as the output increases, the gap between AC and AVC curve decreases. Okay, that's all about this. Here you just know about this particular, when we draw these three things together, nothing more you have to study about this combination. It should come into your mind how it is being formed in the same graph, that's all. Now we will see what is marginal cost. Right heading, marginal cost. What is marginal cost? Nobody know what is marginal cost. किसी को नहीं मालूम marginal cost क्या है?
Ma'am,
Very
changing
bad.
total cost divided by number of units. Change in number of units.
Ma'am,
Okay,
addition to total cost.
exactly. So, in more simple words, it is an addition to the total cost. Every additional cost. Second unit से जब third unit produce करना है तो what is the additional cost involved? So marginal. So Aditi said it more technically, but in more simple words, it is the additional of total cost when one unit will increase. When you when you are producing the second unit, suppose the total cost is 25. In the fourth, if it is 28, 3 is the marginal cost. That means what is the increase when you produce one additional units. Okay, so if you ask what is the equation, as Aditi said, you can say change in the total cost upon the change in the output. That is what I did. Change in the total cost upon change in the output. That means one additional unit. So 25 से 28 हो गया तो 3 upon 1. So 3 is the marginal cost. So technically you can say marginal cost is change in the total cost upon change in the output. Okay, so in order to produce one extra unit, how much is the cost involved? That is known as marginal cost. Or else you can say, in another words, I have taught you somewhere, maybe in the demand, MCN is equal to TCN minus TCN minus 1. Very good. TCN minus 1 means the previous one. N minus 1 is the previous one, every previous one. What is the change with every previous one? That is MCN, that is marginal cost of nth item is equal to total cost n minus TCN minus 1. That means every previous item that is to be deducted. That's the marginal cost. So write the heading marginal cost. Write the heading marginal cost. Can you see the marginal cost curve? On the board, can you see the marginal cost curve?
Yes, ma'am.
Please just. Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. Marginal cost refers to marginal, make a little fast because we can, marginal cost at least we can complete. Marginal cost refers to addition to total cost. Addition to total cost when one more unit of output is added. When one more unit of output is added or produced. That means if 2 units are produced at 200 rupees, 2 units are produced at 200 rupees, and 3 units at 240, and 3 units at 240, MC is equal to MC is equal to Bolo. What is MC?
40.
MC is equal to 40. MC is equal to 240 minus 200, that is 40. Therefore, MCN, N at the bottom, that you know, MCN is equal to TCN. It's given here. I don't know whether you can see it or not. TCN minus TCN minus 1. It's not the thing. It's not the thing. Don't write it. It's something else. See, this is the thing. TCN minus 1. MC is equal to TCN minus 1. So you know it. In simple words, you know, and now you had put it in the equation, that's all. Another way to calculate is MC is equal to, what is the other equation I say? MC is equal to change in, bolo?
Change in total cost upon change in units.
Very good. Change in total cost upon change in unit of output. That is delta TC upon delta Q. Delta TC upon delta Q. Clear? Is this much clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we can go ahead. So see, why this particular formula that I told now, that is delta TC upon delta Q, will help you to calculating many a times, because when it is given in a schedule, in a table 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's very easily see like this. You can compare and find it out. But when it is given like when 20 units are produced and when another some two only particulars are only 2 details are given, not in the form of schedule, you have to apply this formula, change in the total cost upon change in the units of output. Not the here everywhere it is additional. I mean one additional. 0 से 1 हो गया, 1 से 2 हो गया, 2 से 3 हो गया. So in some question you will be given when we produce 20 unit, this much is the cost. 30 unit, this much is the cost. So in that case you have to write change in the total cost upon change in units. 20 से 30 हो गया, so change in units is 10. तो उस टाइम पे cost का कितना difference है? So in those cases the second formula will help you. And in the other case, TCN minus TCN minus 1, this will help you when it is given in a table. You can very well find it out. TC जो पहले वालों को माइनस करो तुमको इजीली मिल जाएगा. देखो यहाँ पर देखो 12, इसका पहला वाला नहीं है, so MC is nil. 18, इसका पहले वाला कौन है? 12, that is TCN minus 1, that is 6. And 22 minus 18, 4. 27 minus 22, 27 minus 22, 5. 36 minus 27, that is 1. 47 minus 36, that is 11. So this is the column for MC. So when TVC given, TFC given, and TC given. So in this case, marginal cost, we are not taking the average cost. Average concept is over. Now we are coming back to the total cost. Total variable cost, total fixed cost, and total cost. Here total cost, what when we produce each addition, what is the change in the cost? That is MC. Theoretically, in every addition unit, what is the addition cost? 12 से 18 बन गया तो 6 और बढ़ गया. So in the form of equation, it is TCN minus 1. For any TC 27, what is MC? Uska previous, that is TCN minus 1. 27 minus 22. 22 minus 18. So this column you will get marginal cost. Okay. This is the marginal cost. Is this clear? Make this marginal cost column. Is the concept clear?
Yes, ma'am.
You make only this till this. No need of this. Now you see the graph. See marginal cost, how does it goes? When you check this table, you can understand 6, 4, 5, 9, 11. 6, 4, 5, 9, 11. Increasing. Marginal cost is increasing. Make this graph. This is also, actually, we say it is also U-shaped. This is also U-shaped. We call it U-shaped only. The shape of MC curve is also U-shaped. Don't say it is stick-shaped. Okay, this is also U-shaped. We call it U-shaped. Why U-shaped? The same reason. First is fall, then become constant, then it rises. Because you know the total cost is like that. That is why. This is also U-shaped. And here also, why? Because what is the reason? Law of variable proportion. Law of variable proportion. So in a particular stage, in the first stage, there is efficiency. So the cost come down, then become constant for a time period. Then every increase in the output is possible by adding more cost. That's why it is going up. This is what you have studied in law of variable proportion in the production function. And production function costing is very closely related because cost is the base of the production. So here see, coming down, constant, and then going up. This is also a U-shaped curve. Okay. Clear? Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.